Well, today I think I want to talk about how names and labeling seems to be part of everything. And so, uh, names and labeling all started with Adam and Eve, I guess, if you want to take the Bible point of view. Adam had to stand there and name the trees, name the animals, label that, label a rock maybe, they call that a rock, label the sky, Adam had to. All that is all calling things names and making names. The problem is with names and making up names is that it's all the eye of the beholder. Like you look at anything. If you look at a tree, you only see one side of the tree. I mean, really, you have to literally just go walk around the tree just to see one part of the tree, then walk around another side of the tree to see the other part of the tree, and it goes on and on like that. And it's like that old story of the four blind people, like when they or the blind person in front feels the elephant's trunk, and the blind person in the middle might end up saying, "Well, this elephant feels like all nice. Doesn't feel like you feel like what you're saying it is, because it feels like a smooth surface here." And the other blind person might say, "Well, who might be down there near the ground, like, and says, these feel like a trunk of what you might call a tree. These big legs on this elephant." And then there's maybe this other person who just seems like he's feeling the tail of the elephant, and because it says this feels like a rope. It's like that with naming things, and it's like with everything, it ends up having these different angles of perception, which makes you want to think of them, but then you think of them and they're not really what you're really seeing. It's like that. And then there's the old magicians who could pull out a rabbit out of their hat. Well, the magician will stand there, show you the hat, and say, "Look, this hat doesn't have a rabbit in it." Yeah, you put it upside down and everything. But lo and behold, the magician will come around and he'll pull that rabbit out of that hat and then it becomes a nice little magic trick. That's all part of showing you that basically what you see is not what you what you might get. It's all sitting there deciding all that. I mean, seeing all that. It's all a matter of thinking and thinking and seeing, and then even that ends up being a thing, with thinking, and then what you're seeing is not necessarily what you want to be. You see, and ends up being an interpretation of what what you might be thinking. I mean, your thinking ends up being an interpretation of what you're seeing, and that's what happens with that. With part of this name calling thing. It just doesn't have much. That's why you end up saying that That's why you end up saying that reality is an illusion, all because you can't. You just can't take in everything at once. Your brain is just not. You're just not. We're just not made to to actually understand everything that is happening all at once. We're just not made to be that way. But yet, then there's also this emotional attachment thing. You know, I can one day you can sit there, one day you can enjoy something, and the next day you can sit there and don't enjoy something. One day you can be sad, and another day you feel like you're really happy, and all these attachments to your emotions, makes things beautiful. But then again, though, your emotions color things all up. Everything can be emotional, have an emotional attachment to. And this is all part of it. All part of the thing. Thing of name calling and name thinking. Part of name thinking is naming that. You sit there and everything's so beautiful when you want it to be beautiful. When you look at it, something as beautiful. Yeah, we do all these things, and we use name calling, name labeling things every day. When we eat, we might want to say, "This is a vegetable. Hand me that vegetable over there." Or I want to have some fruit. Yeah, I gotta name the fruit. No, you don't really need to name the fruit, but we do. And then there's these people who want to take on aliases and nicknames. They're all making their their own little names confusing. I mean, well, hey, we can sit there and say, well, who's that over there? And you say, well, that's Tom, and they're gonna say, no, that's Tommy. And it goes like that. You have these nicknames and these aliases, and and you can be so. Well, they can be a problem when you try to name somebody, and then they end up thinking that if you don't really know what all the aliases and nicknames are, then you don't really know who they're trying to point to out in your perceptual field, and yet there are people like that who really don't want to have a name. They just want to be known as I don't know what. That nothing over there. I can't exactly call anybody nothing. No, I can't. And that is the truth. And that whatever I want to sit there, and I don't want to have anybody call anybody nothing. But they'll maybe even want to use the law to make themselves a nothing on paper. Or even at least they'll try. But it doesn't quite work out that way, because law is law, and law says you got to have a name to have a law, to have any legal documents. You can't have a contract without a name. And so now we go on to the other part of thinking. You just got to accept what things are as they are. If it is, it is. It is what it is, and you can't have what it isn't. If you sit there and you want to or stand there and want to think that it isn't there, but what it is, that's just ridiculous. If you see those things personally, that's what you see. If you feel those things, that's what you feel. It might not be not be the truth, but relative to you, it is the truth. Because that was what you do. That is what you are. And you have to love what you are. And you can't love, you have to love your pains because they're your pains. And just that, it's just that way. And you just gotta be, and there is all this loving thing you have to do, because reality is all part of you. What you think it is and what you don't think it is happening. Now there is this other part of just what is happening. Is this? It is possible. It is. It is. You can be just looking. There's such a thing as just gazing out in a sunset ocean, or gazing out onto a field, or gazing into the trees, or simply listening to the birds and to the crickets or insects chirping. All these things. And this is sort of taking things in without giving them names, without labeling them, which is so nice, because you give up this for we all have capacity to not think about name calling things, and just let them try to be as simple as we can make it. And that is so refreshing, to be able to not name things, able not to be just be there in the moment, in the what is happening, and just accepting things as they are happening. You can, no matter what you do, there are times when you don't have to name them. You don't have to name the water when the water goes down. You don't have to name the shower water when the shower water goes on you. These things happen. And they're part of our everyday way of doing things, if you think about it. But this is what it all comes. That is one of those things that you try to do when you say, let go of the ego. Because when you let go of your ego by not naming things, you are trying to accept that which you are not naming. And what is.